It is a distinct privilege and honor to be joining you once again as part of Rav Yaakov Klein's Lost Princess Initiative, as we continue to study the teachings of the Holy Tzaddik, Rav Levi Yitzchak ben Sarasasha, Zechus Yagin Aleinu, the author of the Sefer Kedushas Levi. One of the ways that Chazal refer to two concepts that are intimately linked to one another is to refer to them as Trei Rein the Lo Misparshin, two friends that do not depart from one another, two steadfast friends. And one of the Gaonim and Tzaddikim of the previous generation, the author of the Sefer Mishnah Sachir and the Ema Bonim Smecha of Teichtel, described Torah and Eretz Yisrael as just such friends. Torah without Eretz Yisrael is an impossibility. There are so many mitzvahs which are tumultuous ba'aretz. The entire philosophy of the Torah is predicated on the fact that the Jewish people are entrenched in the land of Eretz Yisrael. And having Eretz Yisrael without a fidelity to the Torah is also a non-starter. To have Eretz Yisrael but not have the Torah as the lifeblood of the Jewish people in the land is also something which is impossible. Trei Rein de lo Misparshin. One of the great lovers of Eretz Yisrael was the Megala Amukos. He wrote, of course, hundreds of explanations of the 515 tefillos that Moshe Rabbeinu davened to enter into Eretz Yisrael, which we just read in Parshas V'eschanan. And the Megala Amukos, in the 247th explanation of the tefillos of Moshe Rabbeinu, pointed out that the Chachmei Emes, the Chachmei Kabbalah, say that the luchos were 40 sa. The weight of the luchos were 40 sa, which is, of course, a number that we're familiar with from the number of sa which are necessary for a kosher mikvah. And the Megala Amukos pointed out that if you look at Parshas Shlach and the story of the Meraglim, which we're all familiar with, of the Meraglim going through Eretz Yisrael, it's clear that the Meraglim took 40 days to go from one side of Eretz Yisrael to the other side of Eretz Yisrael as well. Again, showing the link between the Luchos and Eretz Yisrael, the Torah and Eretz Yisrael. The two of them go together in a way that are impossible to be separated. Also in time, we know that the 2,000 years of Torah are supposed to have started from the year 2000. There are 2,000 years of Tohu, 2,000 years of Torah, and 2,000 years of Mashiach. We're a little late on the Messianic front as well. But the 2,000 years of Torah, ostensibly, the Torah was received in the year 2448 from creation, which means that 448 years are missing. But the truth is, if you go back to the year 2000 is the year that Avram Avinu heard the call to the Ribbon Shalom of Lech Lecha Me'artzecha. Avram was 52 years old, according to many of the commentaries. And so Avram Avinu, who was born in the year 1948 from the creation of Adam Rishon, entered into Eretz Yisrael in the year 2000, beginning the 2,000 years of Torah. Because Torah and Eretz Yisrael are two friends that can never be separated. This is what the Kedushas Levi means when he writes, "Rak tziva habori baruch hu leMoshe Rabbeinu alav shalom lishloach ovdei Hashem mikodem she'asu reshima shama ba'avoda." That the whole purpose of sending Meraglim to Eretz Yisrael, the whole purpose of sending those holy men who didn't exactly fulfill their mission, was in order for them to go there and to do their avoda in Eretz Yisrael before the Jewish people got there. Dahainu b'Torah b'tefillah, to go there as Kalev did and to daven by the Maras Machpelah and to begin to awaken the land to the prospect that there's going to be a people here who are going to abide by and live by the Torah in order to give Eretz Yisrael its full meaning. Laham shechius v'shefa me'eretz elyona le'eretz tachtona, to draw from the Eretz Elyona to the Eretz Tachtona. Eretz Yisrael, which is a physical space, draws from the Eretz Elyona, from that place, from that supernal place where the Torah is drawn from as well. So that Eretz Yisrael itself, herself, will desire that the Jewish people will enter her, to desire that the descendants of Avram, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah will enter into her borders and keep the Torah in her.